Hello YouTube, this is Tim Canadian Comic Hunter coming at you with a different kind of video once again. So this is for Undisputed Frost. He sent out this really pretty cool tag. I didn't know he was a YouTuber until basically the tag went out. I checked a couple of his videos out, really enjoyed his sarcastic tones and different things like that. So I subbed the guy up and just wanted to make this video. So he wanted us to show something that we're reading. It's with Animosity Evolution. I love Animosity. It's one of the series that I collect. I usually don't show them in haul videos because it's the stuff I read most of the time, because I do collect comics. I collect keys and I collect slabs and I collect all of anything basically that I see on people's channels or that I know myself because I do a bit of research. So yeah, just to go on variants and Silver Age or old school comic book collectors against variant collectors and all this other stuff. I find none of it really matters personally. I don't collect for either or reason, I guess. I'm more into the art. I always was into the art. That's why I have this is on right over here. This is a comic book that basically a bunch of students from the school I work at made. We ran a comic book club this year over at Lakeside Academy. Worked with 10 or 11 different students on drawing and writing and storyboarding, and basically created a comic from scratch. And that was one of the things that actually kind of got into this whole community for, was so that, you know, it's I find comics are just another medium of art, you know, and you know, it's just one of those things that we're avant-garde towards, canonized art forms or art pieces, you know. And the rarities of the comic book, or the rarities of the covers, or, you know, even the drawings themselves, when you go and you get an artist to sketch or you get them to draw you up something, you know, I just think it's amazing. I think it's an art form that isn't really well exposed yet, and that's part of the reason I collect, because, you know, I always have this painting in the corner. This is something my mother did. It's a Salvador Dali reprint that she painted. I just think that, like, art itself is amazing, and basically what we are doing in this community is collecting art. We're collecting people's art, you know, in book form, and it tells stories which make us happy, because life isn't always fun. It's not always great. There's so much stuff going on in the news and, you know, around the world these days, and comic books, like they've always been, is just a way to, you know, you just basically dive into a different world that isn't our reality, you know. And that's the thing. If it's, you know, reading something about animals that are taking over, or letting kids make a comic book that basically resembles X-Men, you know, but that's the whole point. It's just being able to give back in a different way to people, you know, and comics do that for us. They give back to us imagination, and it allows us to expand into worlds that we wouldn't come up with on our own, you know. And that's the whole point, I think, of collecting, and just enjoyment of comic books themselves, you know. It's just, and, you know, like, if I hadn't have gone on YouTube and checked out these channels, man, I wouldn't have, you know, talked with a couple of the teachers at the school, and we wouldn't have came up with this club basically for these kids that basically made this really excellent comic book. And, you know, it's not going to be sold. It's not going to make money. It's just something that it's just really cool to see a bunch of people that at young ages, you know, 14, 15, 13, 11, 12, whatever, they're working together on a collective, and they create something that's, you know, it's amazing. And I think everybody kind of adds to that every day within this community. They give something back by being able to show off books, to talk about keys, talk about stories, talk about things that really matter to them, and, maybe to others. You don't know how you impact somebody by just showing something. It allows somebody to understand and see what's out there. And if you don't know what's out there, you don't know what's out there in comics. The community allows you to do that. So variants, that's cool. I love variants. You know, Silver Age, Bronze Age, Golden Age, all that stuff. I love those too. Great. Every time period has an artist that's fantastic and amazing. And that's what makes it wonderful. It's just being able to express one's, artistic abilities and then produce it in a way that everyone can just be like, wow, this is amazing. These stories will last way beyond our time. After we're gone and dead, these stories will continue to be, something in the universe. And it's just, I find that's just incredible. Just being able to put out some sort of message, leave something behind once we're gone, and comic books allow that to happen. More and more we see that with artists that pass away and die and whatnot. And, that's the negative aspect to it. But what they leave upon the world is stories and imagination. And it allows us to all kind of just forget about what troubles us most of the time. And that's why people do it. And if you collect because you want the money, that's cool too, man. This is the world, and that's what we do. And I have no disrespect for anybody's collecting styles or anybody that doesn't read or reads or this and that. I just think that everyone should just be happy being able to, just show what they like, and just it helps me grow and understand other art forms and other, art mediums that are out there with the comic books. And, I'm happy. And then, that's basically it, I know I'm just rambling right now, so if this makes any sense, I'm just going to stop talking right about now. Thanks for checking it out. Undisputed Frost subbed this guy up. He says he's negative. He says he's all that, but man, he got some pretty good books, man, in a couple of his hauls. So I was like, wow, those are a lot of keys for $100. Anyways, that's cool, man. Good for you. I'm going to check out your channel, and keep on just basically supporting each other. I get the thumbs down sometimes. I don't care. Give me a bunch of thumbs down. Go for it, man. We're Canadian. We just smile and we take it. Anyways, it's just a joke. Anyways, yep. So later. Peace. Find those books you want.